go!
Hey guys, welcome to Kyle and Not Kyle Show. I'm Kyle,
I'm not Kyle.
and we're doing our Week 9 picks as well as thoughts around the league.
So right now, and we're gonna mix it up a little bit because we're both 13-8 on our picks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing a top game that's gonna be hard to pick,
Yeah.
and a crap game that's gonna be hard to pick. This week, one of the crap games is the Thursday night game, which is Oakland and San Francisco. Which
Ooh, the Bay Area Suckfest.
no, I just go if Garoppolo was there.
Oh, it'd be such an easy pick.
But he's not because of a stupid play. So I'm going, is he? Well,
right
don't
now
get me
the
going on that.
Niners
They
are
just
just,
paid that
right
guy
now the
so
Niners are
much.
just going, that yard was not worth it, Jimmy.
No, the what's the guy? What's the backup guy's name?
CJ Beathard.
Yeah, he's actually done. I'm going.
Yeah,
he's going to be a good backup, or they might be able to trade him.
Yeah,
or something.
he's actually looked pretty darn decent. I mean, he made Green Bay fight for it in Green Bay.
Oh yeah, and Breida, he looks.
Yeah, yeah. So
first game, Oakland at San Francisco. This is literally like watching a college game, right? It's don't care and don't want to have the pick. But since I always, if it comes down to, I don't know. I mean, if you go, what are both of them in the bottom 5 in every category in the league right now? I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with San Francisco.
Same here. So we're both picking San Francisco to pick up the win.
Next game, Green Bay at New Orleans.
No.
Or no, I mean
Green Bay at New England.
Green Bay at New
Green England.
Green Bay at New England.
I think we all know who I'm picking.
Yeah. I'm going to pick New England as well. Only because it's at home.
Yep. And another thing for me also is we are a better team than San Francisco, and Green Bay barely got the win at home against San Francisco.
Yes, but Green Bay was one play away from beating the Rams in Los Angeles. Any given Sunday, man. That's
Yeah, I know.
I'm not
Yeah.
this is the thing.
Yeah.
I will not be like, oh my gosh, if Green Bay squeaks this out. Even at that point.
I won't either.
I won't be shocked.
I won't either. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I honestly think that they just kept because Hightower missed last night. It was somebody said this was just a maintenance game to get him a little bit extra rest.
Yeah, because it was Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. That should be a good game.
So we're both taking New
We're
England.
both taking New England.
Okay, Tennessee.
We're not.
at
Our
the
record
Cowboys.
isn't going to change much, Rob. We're
We got
still
two
going to
more
be
games,
tied right now.
Okay, Tennessee at Dallas.
I'm taking Tennessee.
You okay? Good. We're gonna have a switch.
Okay.
I got it. It's like
I think
swallowing
Tennessee's the better
motor
team.
oil. I'm taking Dallas.
I think Tennessee is the better team.
Okay, so there's a difference. So you got Tennessee,
Yeah.
and I have Cowboys.
Cat got your tongue? A little bit of purple.
No, it's like motor oil. I don't know if you ever had motor oil. When I was a kid, I thought it was cider. It looked like cider, so I dipped my finger.
Oh.
No, it doesn't taste like cider.
And then we have our bonus game.
Yes.
Potential
I
potential
don't know how the
NFC
Rams
championship preview.
Oh, I think it is. The
I
NFC
think it
championship.
is.
That game, New Orleans and the Rams. I don't know why it didn't bump every other game on Sunday out of this time slot.
But I'm thinking
Green Bay, New England. I'm going.
these
Okay, that's
ones,
fine.
I
but
think
no way.
Thursday night games I think are locked and can't be switched.
Well, yeah, because you can all of a
And
sudden
I
go. Okay,
don't think Monday night
Monday
can
night
either.
Be. It's the Sunday.
And
night
if I'm NBC, you're protecting this game.
no one wants to see that game compared to the Rams and New
you
Orleans.
pick games before the year that you want to lock. But prior to week 9, you can lock 1 or 2 games, if I remember correctly, how the TV rights work. And then after week 9, then you get 1 game to lock after week 9 that you can say, okay, we haven't chose one yet. We're gonna lock this game now, because otherwise, NBC can just say, oh, we want this game this week. And then NBC's having all the good games, and Fox and CBS are getting stuck with potential. Yeah. So because this is gonna be such a good game. I'm excited to.
The best game of the
Oh yeah.
Well, I would want of every other game. I would want to watch that game. Yeah. Just hands down.
Yeah.
That's like the game I want to see.
I am actually gonna pick the Saints to win this one.
So am I. So we're gonna have a one game swing.
swing.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Come on! Come on, Dallas!
If it was at the Rams, I would be picking the Rams.
Yes,
But
100%
because
home
it is
field.
New Orleans, I'm going that way
But
with
here's-
home field,
Here's the thing.
and I think
New
they can
Orleans
score on
won
that
loss.
Rams defense.
Oh, everybody's scoring on
Yeah.
the Rams defense.
Yeah.
One loss that the Saints have is at home against Tampa Bay. It's their one loss. Opening game in New Orleans.
I honestly think they were overlooking that game a little bit.
Oh, I thought they were gonna put up 80,
Yeah.
and
They
the other
didn't.
team wouldn't put up 80.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, guess what?
Fitzmagic, baby. Fitzmagic.
We can either, if we lose all four, we'll be 13-12. No. We've got one.
We got one difference.
Tennessee, Dallas. Go figure. Okay.
I
well,
thought
it
for
is
sure
what it
you
is.
were going to pick Tennessee, too.
No, I don't think Dallas is too. Tennessee's good, but that as much as I hate to say it, that Dallas defense
Yeah.
is brutal. It is just Washington beat them. Washington, I think, right now is the best team in NFC East.
Yeah.
I just think they're the best one. I think they
agree.
play Philadelphia this week. That was another game I was thinking of
Oh,
putting
yeah.
up there.
That'd
So
be a
it's,
good one.
but when you're looking at, okay, who do you want to watch? Rams, New Orleans, or Washington,
Yeah.
Eagles?
So those were our picks. Then we're doing a little bit of thoughts around the league. We have our first head coach firing.
Oh, this is so stupid.
The Browns announced yesterday morning they have fired Hugh Jackson as well as offensive coordinator Todd Haley. If any of you watched Hard Knocks, it was pretty evident it was headed this way in the very first episode
But-
when Haley is imploring him to hold players accountable for not practicing, and Hugh basically said, "Well, I sit in the head coach chair; it's my decision." And Haley, you could just tell Haley was very frustrated. He wanted to be able to help turn this team around, and it didn't happen. Interesting tidbit.
You don't think that team has turned around?
I think they have.
They
But I
tied
think
Pittsburgh and then beat Baltimore.
I think the tension was starting to prove to be a distraction because there was reports that one of the I remember who the coach is, but there was one of the coaches that Haley actually felt was basically spying on him for Hugh Jackson, like reporting everything he did to him. Like, oh,
Who
he's
cares?
saying this exactly.
Well, I don't care.
So
I think this move in the middle of the season, it's not even stupid. It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because what's the plan? Okay, so we're going to get rid of the head coach and the offensive coordinator. That means we think you're going to win the next 8 games.
Yeah.
If I'm a player, I'm pissed. Because week 17, last week, they'd be going, okay, he's gone. No player would care. No, it's like, okay, that's sad. It's the end of the year, blah, blah, blah. Right now, what message does that send to a player? We don't expect you to win.
So, interesting tidbit. The last 6 head coaches of the Cleveland Browns, Romeo Crennel, Eric Mangini, Pat Shermer, Rod Chudzinski, Mike Pettin, and now Hugh Jackson, were fired after their second Steelers game that year.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
oh well.
So, I
Done.
thought that was interesting. Fitzmagic. I've been saying it. Fitzmagic is back on track. He was announced yesterday by Dirk Cutter as the starter for their Week 9 game in Tampa Bay.
Okay, what does that tell you about Jameis Winston's
He's done.
future?
He's done.
You think
He's
it's
done in
okay? So
Tampa
you
Bay.
think it's a you're done, or I will replace you if you don't kick ass? Because
I
I lean
think-
more towards you're not irreplaceable.
If you're that team, this is the second time now that he's been benched this season for Ryan Fitzpatrick. To me, because when
Fitzpatrick
everyone
is
thought
not the future. of
no,
this
no,
team.
he is not the future either. But I think that Cutter feels he has a better chance with Ryan Fitzpatrick than he does with Jameis Winston. Because they're going to be on the hook for $20 million for Winston next year if he is on the roster. I think it's like 3 days after the new league year. They're not going to pay $20 million to a guy to sit on the bench and be a backup.
No.
And I
Where
do
would he
not
go?
think he is the starter. So I honestly think he's going to be cut. I could see maybe Buffalo looking at him. or maybe the Panthers to have him be a backup.
Interesting, the Panthers.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. And interesting as well out of Tampa, there are reports that Sean Jackson has requested that the Bucks trade him.
Trade deadline's over.
Huh?
I thought the trade deadline's over.
Nope. Today is the end of at 1 p.m. our time.
But if
the
it's
trade deadline is
Fitzmagic, he's not going to.
no, I don't think no. I think he'll say nah.
That actually might be why they
I
swapped
think
it
so.
around.
I think that could have an impact with it because they were like,
Because he's still got a good 4 years left in the tank.
Just saw this interesting note. A lot of people were thinking that the Giants were going to move and have Kyle Lauletta start just because see what's going on. Eli's done. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Eli's not done.
Because Kyle Lauletta was arrested this morning for nearly running into a police car. Or no, nearly struck police with his car while driving to the practice facility. I'm opening up the tweet now to read.
Was he inebriated?
I don't know. They haven't said yet.
Well, it's dead time.
Yeah. But yeah, they're still in the process of gathering information, the Giants are. Patriots are reportedly eyeing a trade of a high draft pick for either Demaryius Thomas or Golden Tate. But several of the beat writers.
Thomas.
Yeah, I don't want
Tate's
him at
pretty
all.
good.
I would take
Demaryius
Tate
Thomas
in a heartbeat.
He's slower now.
He's
than he was
slow
too.
and he's soft.
You've said that before.
He's
I don't know where.
What I mean is he's hot and he's cold. There's games where he's dialed in.
Oh, this last game,
And then
I
there's
saw him
games
not,
when
not
he's-
try for the ball.
Exactly. I don't want that.
Yeah, well, depends on if Belichick can squeeze it out.
Yeah. I just remember when we first signed Dwayne Allen at a training camp. One of the beat writers overheard because Dwayne had dropped like 3 balls in a row, and Bill just started yelling, "This isn't Indy. Those drops matter here." Oof. But yeah, so those are just some thoughts around the league.
Okay.
First pink slip.
Who's early running for Coach of the Year? See, I think it's got to be Andy Reid and Sean McVay and Sean Payton. That's who I would say right now, just from the records.
I would say Sean McVay. Possibly Andy Reid. And I would almost say Matt Nagy for the Bears. Just because I don't think anybody expected them to be doing as good as they were this year.
Right, but that doesn't get you Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year has a lot to do with the record.
Yeah. But there's still half the season left. Who knows?
Oh, if I'm a Bears fan, I'm going, okay.
If I'm a Bears fan, I am so confident in him right now.
And I'm also going, he hasn't done much now, but he's doing good. Is Khalil Mack, that Khalil Mack trade.
Yeah, I don't think there's a coach in the league that would say, yeah, I wouldn't have given 2 firsts for him.
Except John Gruden. But they could have paid him.
Johnny boy.
Well, I look at this and I know it's one of those. You got to wait and see if it produces fruit.
The Raiders.
He's gonna have so many draft picks. So many draft picks. Now here's another thing.
He said they need a pass rusher. They have 3 first-round picks. I hear that's probably the asking price for Bears star pass rusher Khalil Mack,
who has won them no games. He has won them absolutely 0 games. Khalil Mack, 0 games. They didn't beat Green Bay.
I'd say in week 2.
They didn't beat. Who'd they beat in week 2?
I don't know who it was.
It wasn't him. He's had good games the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
but
he had better stats through the first 3 weeks than the entire Raiders defense.
Well, not better stats than the whole defense. He couldn't get up.
He had more picks, more fumbles, more fumble recoveries.
Not more tackles or anything like that. I look at this as Gruden is making Gruden's team. And it's going to succeed or fail based on his picking of it. I just thought of this. I'm not sure Carr's there next year. I'm just not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I haven't seen anything
the players
that makes me
kind of
go,
rallied
okay.
around him and said, "Whoever has been reporting this, you're full of BS." You know, they said he is our quarterback, but yeah, I don't know if he's going to be there next year.
If he's not there, we're kind of jumping. If he's not there,
I know
who do they go get?
I know who it'll be.
Who?
I think it was either 1 year or 2 year clause in his CFL contract.
who was Gruden obsessed with coming out of college.
Every year he's obsessed.
Johnny Football's the greatest quarterback of
No.
all time. We're
No.
gonna get Johnny
You're-
Football to be
you're
the
being
Las
ridiculous.
Vegas Raiders' new
No, you're
new
being ridiculous.
quarterback. Go Johnny Manziel.
No, you're being ridiculous. No, but do they draft? Is his thing to draft a guy or to
I
pick a
don't know.
guy? Because he had Rich Gannon.
Yeah.
And then he picked up Brad Johnson when he was in Tampa Bay. Interesting to see from
So-
just a football.
That was our thoughts around the league and our Week 9 picks. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube at the Kyle and Not Kyle Show. We'll see you next week.
Adios.